later. Les, get started.
So what are you reading today, Ricky?
I don't even know. It's got TPC Scottsdale in it, though. The Phoenix Open's coming up soon, so I don't even know what this golf geteway. Don't worry about whatever
you're looking at it. It's upside down, you know.
It's not upside down. It's upside down for you, maybe. I can't even tell you how excited I am about today's Friday Foursome. As always, the Friday Foursome is presented by the Back9 Network, and the guys that we have today, we've got two of them, so it's kind of like the fivesome. So we're gonna play a fivesome today. But I am just so pumped about one, how loud these guys are. Didn't anybody get that? And the shirt that this one guy over here is wearing. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about their clothes. We're gonna talk about their sunglasses because both these guys are wearing sunglasses. Jason is not with us. His son Jace is trying to qualify for the drive, chip, and putt and give him an excuse to go to Augusta. So Jason's not joining us. But we called in from the bullpen Scott Merchant, who has been a previous Friday Foursome guest. So I'm pumped to have him back with us. Thanks for joining us, Scott. We got Les Bailey from Pro Golf Now. And we've got two guys from a very loud company, Loudmouth Golf, hence why I said loud company. We've got Larry Jackson, who is the chief loudmouth, and we've got, and I'm going to call him Scott Woodworth, and he's going to correct me, I bet, because his name's Scott, but he's going to correct me and say his name's Woody Woodworth. But guys, take a couple of minutes, introduce yourselves. What do you do? What is Loudmouth? And welcome to the Friday Foursome.
Gentlemen, thank you for having us. Woody, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to correct Ricky's correction, too. It's not even Woody Woodworth. It's just plain Woody. Come on.
Sorry.
I wonder if you heard that. I have a goose in the background, believe it or not. But, yeah, I used
and
to...
a one-syllable and a one-word name like Cher, Prince, and Madonna.
Yeah, right. Since I'm an internationally recognized fashion designer now, and that's really why I have these sunglasses on, so I'm trying to be like Karl Lagerfeld. Because I'm on the same class as Karl Lagerfeld with these fine fashions here.
So what do you do for Loudmouth, Woody?
I draw all the crazy designs on the pants.
Yeah. Do you actually draw on pants? Because if so, I'd like to see a demonstration of that.
No, I'd have to get a mirror and then show you my screen. Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and the like. That's how I do it.
Okay. And Chief Loudmouth, tell us what you do and a little bit more about Loudmouth Golf, what it is, and why you're sitting here today.
Tell me what you do too, would you?
Yeah, Woody and I, we ask each other on a daily basis what the other one actually does. But Woody founded the company back over a dozen years ago and was working all by himself out of his house. I was a customer who loved wearing loud pants to tournaments, events, parties, and things like that. And Woody was struggling over the years to get my different orders right. And finally, after 3 years of buying product from him and not necessarily getting exactly what I wanted each time, we decided to go play golf. And after 18 holes of discussing the challenges he was facing and thinking about how it is that I might fix it, we forged a little two-man relationship in 2006 and started the second wave of Loudmouth growth phase. And I think today we'll talk a little bit about what me and Woody would both consider the third wave of the Loudmouth growth thing. So basically the past few years, Woody and I divided late. If it had colors and or design in it, it was Woody's. If it had sales or dollar figures in it, it was mine. And we never crossed streams at all and have been working that way ever since and asking the other one, what in the world are you actually doing on a daily basis?
That is awesome. Well, we've got a handful of questions. We only got 30 minutes, so it's going to be tough to get through these. So talk fast if you can.
If you ask Larry a question, it's going to be really hard to get through it. So if you all your questions,
I can probably do two questions in 30 minutes.
Two questions in 30 minutes. Okay, well, there's about 22 of them to answer, so let's get started. Now, before we even get into the product and talk about the different products that you have and the sunglasses that you guys are wearing, I was told to ask you about rock music. Tell me a little bit more about your passion for music. I hear a couple of you guys are in a band, maybe?
Well, yeah. The reason we're trying to make a successful company and have it be bought for, I don't know, $100 million or $200 million or something like that, is just so we can hire some really good musicians and get a band together and be on stage and maybe even buy the spectators, like pay people to come watch us just so we can, get awesome photographs and play in a rock concert. Right, LJ?
Well, we have played in a couple of rock concerts, but we just want our venues to get bigger. Oh, you want people to pay for tickets to be in these rock concerts, huh?
No, I was going to pay them to come see us.
I like that model. You can totally pay me. I'll come watch play music.
Woody plays the guitar, and I do a little bit of warbling, and we have done a couple of songs. We've performed a little bit, and Woody's been in a band a lot more than I have, but I've done an awful lot of worldwide karaoke, both for business and pleasure. And I'm a bad Elvis impersonator with a full suit and a huge wig.
Yeah, this man can sing.
So Les is a little bit older, and he
Go easy there, bud.
Wow. He brought up yesterday we were talking about belts, and he said that in the 70s the white belt was popular. And Les, I think you had a question about the white belt.
Well, I remember seeing it on golf courses in the mid-'70s. And what brought it back? Did you guys?
You mean a white belt like this?
Yeah.
Kind of like this belt.
I've got in the background here the very first Loudmouth white belt. When I designed these pants, I said these pants require a white belt. And I had to go to some outfit in LA that sold women's belts, and I said, can you man this up a little bit? And it was a thin white belt, and the guy says, are you sure guys are going to wear this? And I said, absolutely they will. So I bought, my first order was like for 24 belts. And I sold them, this is back in the year 2000, I sold them probably in about, I don't know, a month. So I went back and I ordered 48 belts. And this is back in 2000. If you look at any golf tournaments in 2000 on TV, if you can, you'll see no white belts. So I say that I brought back the white belt.
Well, everybody wore them in the 70s, I mean, it was all...
Loudmouth is really based on the 70s.
I bet Scott Merchant's got a white belt.
I love the white belt, man. Come on. I know you are an exclusive white belt guy, so don't even...
I've got a black belt on today. It matches my shoes.
Well, I rocked the white belt today because I knew who we'd be talking to. So.
Well, the 70s white belt, and more important, the great golf pants from the 70s that everybody wore is really where Woody got the genesis for Loudmouth. The 80s and 90s got very boring, very khaki-fied, and we all harken back to the fantastic pants that Jack Nicklaus and Lee Trevino and Johnny Miller and Tom Watson and Jackie Gleason and Bob Hope all wore in the 70s, much like our fathers and grandfathers did if they were golfers. There were some great pants, and it got boring for 2 decades, and we're just trying to bring the fun back to golf and throw a little spice into some other areas of retail, as we'll discuss a little later, I'm sure.
LJ and guys, it's boring now, actually. I watched the PGA Championship, as we all did. Was not 80% of the field wearing white pants? I thought I was in a hospital.
Except for Justin Rose, he was wearing pink, I think.
I don't even remember. I was watching though.
Because Tiger missed the cut, so your viewing experience ended on Friday at like 2.
I did play 36 holes that weekend, but I did watch the
Tiger. It just wasn't that exciting.
And John Daly missed the cut too, so our Loudmouth viewing experience ended on Friday also.
Oh, we're gonna talk about John Daly here in a couple of minutes. But Scott, I know that you had a couple of probing questions that you wanted to ask today, so I'll let you kick things off with the.
All right. Well, on the business side, I was kind of reading on the kind of the business side. When you talk about somebody building the business from garage to a national brand like Loudmouth, the questions really are just, the first one is, what sort of bumps in the road? What were the biggest bumps in the road and challenges you face coming out of the garage and into a larger business and the larger brand that you guys are? And then I know you guys mentioned the kind of the fun, bringing the fun and youthfulness kind of back to it. Are you seeing kind of the golf struggles or the industry struggles in terms of youth and fun? Is that affecting you guys at all in terms of sales and growth, or are you guys pushing through all of that regardless?
Okay, the hurdles. The first hurdle was just manufacturing. So I didn't have any money, I just found some fabric and had it made locally, and the pants were horrible. The fabric was horrible. That's where Larry, the first important thing that Larry did was go over to China and find some real manufacturing and put in some money so we could actually afford the minimums. You know,
I had a little bit of an advantage there because I did 20 years in high-tech Silicon Valley hardware telecom type startups, and I actually lived in Asia for a while and in Europe for a while. So being able to make the rounds in different countries and find manufacturers was something Woody had never really had any experience in. And though I didn't have any fabric or apparel experience, once you've done work in Asia, it's not very hard to go find the right people to do various things. So I had a fairly easy leg up to at least start the process of getting over the volume, purchase, manufacture things overseas, and get some inventory in the next challenge would have been broader public acceptance and channels to market, and that just takes grinding, long-haul sales work, and that's what we've been doing every day. Let's how are we gonna get some good-looking designs and products in front of a few more people?
So you just added sunglasses to the mix. Talk about the new sunglasses that you're selling and what it's like to add a new product. I mean, there's pants and shirts and shorts and now sunglasses. Talk about that process of adding a new product to the line.
Hey, Woody, why don't you talk about our core products and adding new designs to our core products? Then I'll jump on the licensing, and you go deep, and then I'll go wide with some licensing product discussion.
Yeah, my challenge is to come up with the next great designs. They're sort of based on the previous designs. They're sort of based on what sold the best, but they got to be new. They got to introduce some new stuff. I look at things when I walk through the city or watch TV or walk through the supermarket. Everything has a design on it somewhere if you look close enough, and I just try to amplify those and then I mock them up, and out of 100 mock-ups we'll only pick 10. So, and out of 1,000 things I see, only 100 will make mock-ups. So it's a lot of work.
And then when we're basically manufacturing and keeping an inventory head-to-toe golf-oriented products, hats, golf shirts and T-shirts, pants, and belts, and that's our core product line. We do. Woody comes up with about 25 designs per year, and we roll a handful out every quarter. Now, the Loudmouth designs is what makes Loudmouth products distinct, whether it's on a shirt or a hat or the side of a sunglass or shoes or bedding or anything else. And the fastest growing part of our business right now is a licensing business where we work with other companies in both the golf industry, like bags, umbrellas, and golf grips, and outside of the golf industry, sunglasses, bed, bath, iPhone covers.
I got a piece of luggage back here.
Luggage, things like that, and we work with other manufacturers, and they license our designs to put on their products, and then it's a royalty-based situation where we come out with lots of designs regularly. They like our artwork, and they put them on their products. So we're going very wide from a product standpoint in a licensing arrangement by supplying lots of great designs, and then we go deep with our core products that Woody designs, puts all the pants and shirts and hats and so forth together. So a new product for us means designing it, manufacturing it, cutting and sewing, and bringing it into the warehouse. The idea of bringing out a sunglass is to help with design, a lot of legal and contract work, and then helping the licensing partner along the way through their manufacturing process to bring this product to market, both through our channels and through theirs.
Great. As a resident of the Bay Area for 20 years, back in the 60s and 70s, I wondered how you got started in the very conservative Bay Area now.
And you're still alive to to talk about it. That's
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I mean, tie-dye T-shirts come out of Ashbury, didn't they? I mean,
The fact that it's in Sonoma, where I am now, is just because that's where I ended up living. My mind was back in the 70s. It didn't really matter where it was. When I played golf, I did not want to wear khaki pants. That's what I wore to my office. So, yeah, the locality, I don't think it had much to do with it. But I did. Well, it did actually. I grew up in New England, so I know what it's like to go to a prep school, and I know the whole preppy thing. You know, Long Island, Newport, Rhode Island, Maine, sailing, topsiders. So since I grew up back there, I knew lots of people that had lobsters on their shorts and anchors, whales embroidered all over their shorts, holding a cocktail, a Cape Codder, right? A sea breeze. So I sort of grew up there, and it made an impression on me because I thought now it's time to play golf and act like those country club preppy people, and that's what makes it fun, and that's what annoys people essentially.
yeah, but all your retail outlets are in the Bay Area and Nevada, so I mean, you're pulling on a local audience there for your.
I don't think that's true, LJ.
Not necessarily. But the other, back to the Bay Area question, Woody lives in Sonoma. I live in San Francisco. Where we first got together to play golf, meet each other, and talk about business was at an old school private golf club here in San Francisco called Lake Merced Golf Club, which has had a variety of, the NCAA championship was there 2 years ago, the LPGA came through there a couple years ago, and it was one of the few private courses Woody had actually played golf on. So we're a very SF Bay Area centric company early on, but now we're really worldwide with over 30% of our sales outside the U.S., and we have shipping depots in London, Vancouver, and Australia, and distributors in 7 other countries besides that.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Scott, probe away.
I was going to say, too, from you guys' side, I don't know, you said John Daly, so I wanted to kind of probe into that one. But is tour players and the right tour player something you guys go after, or from a visibility standpoint, is it kind of a viral? I mean, I remember when I first saw my first pair of Loudmouth pants, it was, I immediately had to figure out where it was from. So it's the visual kind of goes with me to the kind of the viral. Do you see people seeing John Daly and then Googling you and finding out what your guys are doing, or what's kind of the strategy there as it relates to the tour and to the growth model?
Well, the John Daly question is a little different. The history of John Daly is a little different than the whole tour question. But Woody, what year was it that we started talking about who would be the player we'd like to have in Loudmouth if we could get him? Was it around 2008?
Or later 2007. It was at the House of Prime Rib on Van Ness Avenue in San Francisco. Between you and me and Suzuki, and I think Halda was there, but yeah, and we saw, Tiger, of course, and we thought, well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
and
if we could have anybody we wanted.
Yeah, the second one we said, and it was unanimous, almost like, wow, John Daly would be great, and it was just a dream. We didn't have any. We were just, a couple of bozos. It ended up happening. Pretty amazing.
So how'd that all come about? What was the progression from the crazy, stupid bozo dream to having him put the pants on and put him on tour?
And this is where I take the next 20 minutes of this call and tell you the John Daly story.
You got a Cliff Notes version?
I can do it. I can do it in 90 seconds, but I'm going to have to leave out a lot of anecdotes. So
remember, we have a family-friendly show.
We have the talk in 2007, and we continue to say, oh, it'd be great. John Daly still continues to be the perfect person for us. Well, the back half of 2008, John Daly had some behavioral issues, and the PGA Tour put him on suspension for the first half of 2009. So he lost his playing card in the U.S. on the PGA Tour for the first half of 2009. Okay, enter the picture Jim McMahon, Chicago Bears Super Bowl quarterback. He was a Loudmouth fan. We'd met him. I'd actually met him at some celebrity events, given him some clothes to wear. He loved wearing Loudmouth. He's our kind of guy. He was friends with Daly. Daly and first half of 2008, Daly and Jim McMahon weren't doing a whole lot, so they went on a week-long golfing trip. Daly watched people asking Jim McMahon about his pants and shorts more often than they were asking John Daly the embarrassing questions about how did you get suspended from the PGA Tour. And after watching this for a few days, Daly said, hey, McMahon, there may be something to this. When I come back on the scene, it might be easier to do it in some pants like that. And McMahon said, well, it's a small company, but, you know, they're wheelers and dealers. You never know. You guys might be able to make a deal. And every other one of your blankety-blank sponsors had dropped you, so what do you have to lose? So they were golfing in February of 2009. I got the call from John Daly in March of 2009. We got together. He tried on some pants. He thought they were very comfortable. We did a little classic John Daly contract on the back of a cocktail napkin. I still have that napkin in my drawer. And in April of 2009, in fact, April 28th, what happened was in early April, the European Tour called him and said, hey, JD, the PGA Tour has you on suspension, but we don't. How do you feel about coming over to Europe and playing in some European Tour events? You know, we left you alone for the first quarter, but come on over now. He played his first tour event in 2009 on April 28th at the Loudmouth with orange and pink Argyle diamonds on it, called Raspberry Sherbet. They snapped a really nice picture of him on a fairway waving to the fans. It hit the front page of Yahoo that day and was the third most commented picture of the year on the Yahoo front page, and we call that the shot heard round the world.
That is awesome. Well, he is definitely I don't want to call him the perfect brand for you guys, but he does wear your brand and wears it well, so that's really cool. Do you have any other tour players that you're working with or talking to?
Well, John Daly gets so much attention, and to get a tour player, you have to spend some money, and we've been balancing, do we spend more money on another tour player, leave the big visuals in the hands of our poster boy, John Daly. We've had a few smaller, less famous tour players in Loudmouth, like Robert Gamez has worn Loudmouth for a while. He's a friend of ours. We've had quite a few LPGA women wearing Loudmouth, a lot of NCAA teams and players, and Web.com and Symetra Tour players. So there'll be more in the future, but for the time being, John Daly has done a great job of being our very visible poster boy.
Well, if Tiger can't start getting back and playing some golf, maybe he would be a good addition to the team. So we got a lot of questions that are coming from us, but we just got a couple coming in from Google Plus Golf community. Someone said more products mean more inventory. Any challenges managing inventory? Discounting in this industry is rampant right now. Can you discuss that a little bit?
Well, yeah. Woody, why don't you discuss the corporate?
Yeah, the reason LJ called me was because my whole inventory used to be right behind me. I had just a couple of shelving units, and I literally had, I don't know, about 120 pairs of pants and shorts, and it was difficult to to keep people buying what I had in stock. So Larry comes along. We have we bought a lot of pants, and I thought then I said to Larry, because we had to get a warehouse, not a huge warehouse, a little warehouse, and I thought, man, I said, LJ, we are never going to have inventory problems again. This is awesome. But even right now, we've got some designs that we don't have anything left, and we could have sold twice as much. And there are other designs where we sold about half as much as we thought we could have sold. So it was like, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. So it's always an issue. Inventories. We don't have to sell off price all that much. sometimes it's just a matter of just cleaning out the warehouse. But I don't think we're having the same problems that other golf apparel companies are having.
If you have any problems on those PBR pants, I would be fine wearing those on a Saturday.
Oh my God! We're not able to sell. We're not able to sell the PBR pants. PBR owns all of those pants themselves. And
No kidding.
They own and control it all. They paid for it all up front. Even if I want a pair of PBR pants and we're holding the inventory at our factory, I have to get the okay from PBR to make myself a pair of pants. They're careful with their products.
Okay, when we get off this call, go ahead and do that for both of us because I'd love a pair of those pants. But you get yours first. I mean, you kind of got an in there.
There's a new version of PBR pants that have a white background and PBR cans all over them. Should be out in 3 or 4 months, and I think PBR themselves will be selling them. So we're out of the old fabric, but new fabric is coming, and we're hoping that PBR goes ahead and makes them a little more widespread. But as Woody you said it correctly. Golf is a problematic industry now. Both retail, golf courses are closing. There's not as many young golfers. Maybe 5% of the companies in golf are actually growing. Loudmouth is lucky enough to be one of the very few companies that is growing. And we do 25 different designs of pants every year. We buy a certain amount, we sell through them, and we don't reprint. Our customers are pretty trained to know that if you like that print, get it now. So that at most, if we have to go to any kind of off-price and discounting, it's just a few pairs here and there in outlying sizes. Our goal is to make the right amount, sell through them, make a new pattern, and move on. Then, with the licensing partners, we're telling them to do the same thing. Don't make too many. Keep the customer coming back for more. Shallow inventory, wide amount of designs, and it's working for us because colors in all industries are selling. The world is getting more colorful, and we like to feel that we were at the forefront of that craze.
That is awesome. What's the LMX Club? Tell me about that.
The LMX Club is for the crazies.
The voracious loudmouth customer.
We noticed that there were some customers that kept buying our stuff and we thought, geez, wouldn't it be great to to treat these customers to something special? And we thought, well, how about making them pants that no one else can get unless they belong to the club? And so that was what it was for. It was to, and we like to test out new products that sometimes they're guinea pigs. Hey, what do you think of Loudmouth luggage? That's a LMX Club Loudmouth piece of luggage behind me. So it was like a place where I could experiment, like a laboratory. And they challenged me. I thought I came up with a pretty darn good pair of pants, which they liked, but we got feedback that, hey, we want the absolute loudest thing that you could possibly ever come up with. So I just had to go crazy. I got we had a pants called what was it? Birds of a Feather, LJ, right?
Birds of a Feather, right?
8 clashing wild colors in feather patterns, and then we got feedback saying, yes, this is what we want. So they're nuts.
And the LMX Club Loudmouth doesn't like to go by the book, and the LMX Club is loosely based on a quarterly wine club paradigm. If you're in a wine club, you get a few bottles of wine, you get a nice little letter from the proprietor about what these wines are, and you get a different batch every quarter, and it just shows up. I'm in a couple of wine clubs, and I'm always happy to see booze arrive at my door. We wanted to play on that exact same voracious loudmouth instinct that every quarter you're just going to get a nice package of a pair of pants that nobody else can get, possibly a shirt or a hat or a belt or a pair of sunglasses or something from one of our licensing partners. And in the first year, we had we were all hoping to get 100 members so we could barely break even, maybe just lose a little money and do something for our fantastically loyal customers. Well, it turns out that in the first year we had over 1,000 customers in the LMX Club, and those are numbers that any wine club would die for. We're expecting to grow a few hundred per year. Once you're over the 1,000 mark, it's easy to purchase great retail items at a discount through all of our licensing partners, and the packages, which we call a quarterly treasure chest, are fantastic, and our LMX customers are ecstatic every time they get it. Not to mention the fabulous newsletter that me and Woody write.
Oh yeah, that's what they really want, actually.
Yeah.
So, have you written your article yet, LJ?
I am deeply engrossed in the article, and guys, the article for next quarter is all about Loudmouth's history with Kid Rock, and the headline is "The Kid That Rocks Loudmouth."
I like it. My buddy Devin is a huge fan of Loudmouth, so I'm going to introduce him to the LMX Club. I bet he'd be interested. He sent me a picture yesterday of just his closet. Kind of looks like what's behind Woody.
If you'll send me a copy, an email to me and him, I then forward it to the person who runs the club. Her name is Sister Sandy, and it's not because she's a nun. It's because she's actually my sister.
Could be a nun.
That would be a total twist of fate.
Yeah. And
Les might be joining the LMX Club too.
I got to tell you, seeing Ricky Potts in a pair of PBR shorts, I got to see that, man. I need pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
The next question I have is are there any plans to try to outfit the Ryder Cup team?
Oh man, that's been something that we wish we could do for years. In fact, I'd like to take those ugly shirts that they wore, about 12, 15 years ago? Remember
1999 Brookline, yeah.
News flash. Let me give you a little news flash. 2016, the Ryder Cup is at Hazeltine. A very good friend of mine is a member at Hazeltine. I play in the Hazeltine member guest every year with him. I am friends with the Hazeltine Ryder Cup committee members, and we are working on outfits for them right now because on the 19th of September, they're going to Scotland to Glen Eagles to see the Ryder Cup. So we're working on our American flag stars and stripes and some Betsy Ross items for the committee members and their wives to wear. So we're going to be in deep at Hazeltine. Whether we get it on the team or not, or it's another stepping stone to getting to help design product for the Ryder Cup team, I'm not sure. But there's going to be some Loudmouth on some big wigs at Hazeltine, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Loudmouth sport coat on Finchy sometime between now and then.
All right.
Okay, Scott, you got time for one more question, so make it a good one.
Oh, boy, I was gonna steal yours. Can I steal yours? I mean, I know I'm in the bullpen. Can I steal yours just real quick?
You can do whatever you want.
I just want to know. I just want to say what do you guys see as next? On the horizon for Loudmouth, just from a 6 month to 5 year zone. Like, where do you guys see the brand going, and what's the vision that you guys hope to accomplish?
What do you world domination?
Well, I think I can answer it this way. Just think about everything that this would include. You go into Home Depot, and right next to the Ralph Lauren exterior paint is Loudmouth exterior paint. All right? That's the end goal right there.
I was just thinking when you were talking about different products and the luggage and all of that, I drive a smart car. So if you ever want to do like a wrap, I would be more than happy to wrap my car in Loudmouth, and I'm sure Scott can just smile and nod.
We get a lot of requests for that. It's something, maybe a product that we should roll out, LJ. I don't know.
I mean, it wouldn't be a lot of material. It's a very small car.
So. A licensing deal at least, right, to some sort of car wrapping franchise.
About the size of a.
Oh, hey, we're working on wraps for golf carts, and once wraps for golf carts happen, you got to believe that hot rods are right behind it.
Yeah, see that last? He called my smart car a hot rod. Somebody write that down.
That's not what he was saying. That's not what he was saying, Ricky, at all. At all.
Well, it's a small rod.
A green rod.
Les, you got any more questions for these guys before we get on to the back nine?
I do have one more, and I'm going to think of Jason here. I'd have to ask about the junior golf products. That's for you, Jason.
Very noble of you, sir.
Woody.
Well, they're stumped.
Well,
Yeah.
Should I be honest, or should I just say something that you want to hear?
You should be honest.
Be honest.
Then I'll say something you want to hear after that.
Okay. It costs just as much to make a small pair of pants as it does to make a big pair of pants. So they would have to cost the same, and moms and dads won't buy them because junior golfers are going to grow out of them in like 3 months. So it's a tough market. If you think golf is shrinking, boy, junior golf, that's really a tough market.
But there is good news. There's light at the end of the tunnel because people don't buy that many fitted pants online for kids because of the kids' growth rate and growth patterns. You tend to buy them in stores, and we are talking to a couple of different licensing partners that are very focused on baby and kids, and that way with a license for kids and juniors where they immediately are in stores that parents can put them on their kids, try them on, and at volume get those prices down a little bit. A year from now, we should have both kids and juniors product available in stores with a licensed partner deal.
Well, there you go,
I'm
Jason.
always the last one to know. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna
When we
start
started
designing.
this conversation,
I
you
didn't
didn't
know I
even
was
know what you did. So, I mean, we've come a long way.
Go make store designs, Woody.
I
Okay,
was about to say these guys just don't get along very well, Ricky. You can just tell the friction that's there, you know?
but that's what makes them successful.
Yeah, it's like Hall and Oates.
So the Back9 is a set of random rapid-fire questions. We have, ironically, and hence the name, 9 of them. But there are 2 of you. So how do you want to handle the Back9? I mean, do you want to each answer them? Do you want to bounce them back and forth? Like, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, do we go scramble or do we go alternate shot?
Scramble.
Scramble, because I want to hear.
Scramble.
Both. Yeah, we got to
So
go.
who's going to go first, LJ or Woody?
Shout it out.
All right, shout it out.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite golf course?
Pebble Beach.
California Golf Club.
Like, geez, guys, this is a rapid fire. Not
And
sit
Bay
back
Hill.
and think about
Bay
it.
Hill.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Coke.
What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Oh, that's easy. California Poppy Orange.
That was the designer. That was the designer giving you the exact, you know,
Red,
color.
blue, green.
Yeah, what's the
that's more than I
RGB
was
number for
looking
that?
In fact, I can tell you right now, it's Pantone TPX 16-1556.
Orange. Okay.
There it is.
What's your favorite color?
Purple. I'm a royal purple guy.
Okay, now every single Friday Foursome has to have Tiger mentioned at some point or another, and it always comes up in the Back9. So be very careful how you answer this. Will Tiger break Jack's record?
No.
Oh, absolutely he will.
Ooh,
There's the politics right there. There's the politics.
Quick Tiger anecdote. There is a license deal where there is a Loudmouth grill in Orlando. It's up, running, very Loudmouth oriented. We love the Loudmouth grill. Me and Woody wrote a full menu for the Loudmouth grill, and it is in the building that used to be the Perkins, where when all the women started coming out of the closet for Tiger, there was a Perkins waitress that came out number 4, and the Loudmouth grill is in that Perkins.
Oh,
Wow, I must go on a road trip now and go down there and see
Loudmouth Grill.
The John Daly double
Hey,
burger.
LJ, this is important. We even referenced that in the menu. Very cryptic.
We do.
Remember that?
Very great.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
We were trying to work it in.
I think
What
it's the Tower of Onion Rings or something like that.
What is the most expensive Loudmouth item and how much is it?
That's a sport coat.
It is.
So what? $395.
It's not bad. What is your favorite PGA Tour major?
The Masters.
The Open Championship.
Ooh, I'm glad you didn't say the British Open. Thank you for that. What was the very first Loudmouth print?
Ooh, it's I would have to. Oh, I have the very first pair of pants right here. I know this
go
is
ahead.
rapid
Wow,
fire.
that is
While,
so
while he's
cool.
finding it, the very first big seller, I was probably in the first 5 designs what he did, but it was disco balls,
Yeah.
polka dots on a black background, and they have been famous and popular ever since. But Woody's about to show you his first pair of pants.
Yes, here is
that
the
is
first pair of
awesome.
pants. It is Bugs Bunny and Tweety and Sylvester all playing golf.
That's so cool. Do you still wear those, or do you just keep those on display?
I keep these on display.
Awesome.
But there are a couple of coffee stains on them.
Is that what that is?
Have you ever had a hole-in-one?
No.
Oh man!
Oh.
Anybody on the call had one? I haven't.
Yes.
Of course you have, Scott. Yeah, great.
One.
And that's why you have one, is because you stole what would be the final question in the back nine every week. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Explain Loudmouth Golf in 140 characters or less. Ooh.
The most fun you can have with your pants on.
There you go.
That's going to be one really hard to beat. Mic drop right there. What
That's
is
it.
it? I mean,
No,
can you come up?
That is it. We came up with that together, so that's a good
Well,
I was
I
waiting
read it
for
first.
Ricky, that's a drop the mic.
Yeah,
you know,
that we should have just, as soon as you said that, I should have just ended the broadcast, because that's gonna be a great way to send this out. Well, Scott, thank you for coming in from the bullpen. Les, thank you for joining us again. Woody and LJ, my goodness, that was a lot of fun. We started 10 minutes early and we're 10 minutes over, but that was a ton of fun. This will be on YouTube, and we're also going to do a giveaway, and I'm not going to tell you the insight to what the giveaway is going to be, but I'm going to post this in the golf community, and it's going to have a trivia question that you're going to have to watch this hangout to be able to answer correctly. And Woody knows what that is, because it was his idea, so be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys very much. You guys have a good weekend, and as is Jesus Martinez, steals from the greatest golf movie of all time, make more birdies.